So I wanted to ask you, bro, like I think for me personally, when I started seeing the upgrade in kind of streaming, not I don't want to say quality, but more of like the way that you are so seamless about it is after you hung out with Ice Poseidon.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like after that, I considered you like, damn, this dude's actually like streamer now. Like, what did you learn when you were hanging out with Ice, and how is he as a person?
I learned a lot for sure, and like I feel like I kind of see what you're talking about there, like where. Like at a certain point, I always kind of like the scuffedness of my streams, where it was always like just a shit show. Everything's not working right or whatever it is, and like it's only funny so long until at a certain point people are like, "Bro, like get your shit together. You've done 100 streams now. Your audio still doesn't work. You know what I mean?" So like at a certain point, you're like, "Bro, like I need to do better already." You know. But for sure, that Ice trip, that was like super trippy for me, because like, you know, that was kind of my introduction to streaming. I learned a lot about streaming from watching his streams. I didn't know anything about live streams at all until I learned about like finding out about him. So actually like doing that interview with him, at first I was like, bro, this is trippy. I can't believe he even replied. I can't believe he was down. And then he's like, yo, come out here to Texas and we'll stream. And that was also like around the time where I had left No Jumper full time, and all of a sudden I had this free schedule, you know what I mean? Like I'm not tied down to LA for a week or whatever it is. I was like, damn, like I never had that opportunity in life. You know what I mean? Like you always have a, like, you know, Monday through Friday job or something like that. You can't take time off because you need to pay the bills and shit like that. But it's like in a situation like that, I was like, it was the first experiences like being a quote unquote, like, you know, full-time YouTuber, where I was like, damn, like I'm really going to go take this trip right now because I can, and it's good for me in my career, and it's like a sick experience to have. That was super trippy. But I learned a lot from him. Like I learned exactly why, like not exactly why, but I saw why he like was so viral. You know what I mean? Like he has such a strong personality, and he's not, and like for me, I feel like some people will see me on streams and they expect me to be like that all the time, or they think I'm like that all the time, where if you ask like Riley or some of my friends, like I'll be very quiet sometimes. If I go to a party, like, and if I'm not on stream, like I'm probably like the quiet dude in the room just smoking in a corner. I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't want to really talk to too much people and all that stuff. But like being on stream like brings me out of my bubble, and then also like just it makes me like, you know, I don't know, just like, yeah, it just brings me out of my bubble. But Ice, on the other hand, he's like that off stream. Like when I was hanging out with him, we would be walking past random people who just say 2 words to him. Next thing you know, he's having a full conversation. Next thing you know, he's like, oh, let's go up to my apartment, like kick it, blah blah, whatever. Like if you know, but then you have 2 random people at his apartment, and you're like, why isn't this on stream? Like what the fuck, you know? But I can like keep going on a whole rant and tangent, but like this is a long story. But one of the for sure the craziest things I noticed with him, like a big learning, the biggest learning moment was when we were on stream together, and we were like about to end the stream. We were already on stream for like hours, and we were like going back to his fucking apartment, and we were driving basically through the woods, and this dude fucking comes out of the woods like half naked, holding his clothes like they're dripping wet, and he just like, help me, like take me to this hotel, blah blah. And Ice had this like nice Tesla, and I'm thinking there's no way he's gonna let this random dude from the woods who's soaking wet into his Tesla, and he's like, yeah, come on in, I'll take you, blah blah. Then this naked dude just ends up falling in love with Ice, and he's like, please let me suck your dick and shit. And then dude, for me, like if I was in his shoes, obviously, like, well, you know, I think he's like bisexual and shit, like openly, but
Ice,
yeah,
really,
yeah,
I did not know that.
But if I was in those shoes, I would be like, whoa, yo, chill, you know, blah blah, whatever. But like I can instantly see the gears turning in his head, and he made it a thing where he kind of used that dude's like attraction to him like against him, where he's like, oh, like you want to touch me, you want to suck my dick, he's like, all right, like you're gonna have to do this for me, you're gonna have to do that for me. And then he started like turning it into content, and I was like realizing the extent he's willing to go to, how he's like just unafraid, you know. Like, I was realizing a lot of stuff, you know what I mean?
So I think when people think about streaming, they have these ideas of this would be cool, but if they actually did it, it would be boring as fuck. I feel like as you get better at streaming and you do it more, like your brain gets more desensitized to like content, and you start to like do more shit out there to kind of like get the stream popping a little bit. What do you feel like you've done anything like that you made you feel like uncomfortable at first, but it was a good decision at the end because it got you more people to pull up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and that's also like the thing about content is like it's not a race where it's like you're racing to like do the quickest best video possible. Like it's you have to be in it for the long haul, you know what I mean? Like look at someone like Danny Duncan, you know what I mean? Like he's been posting vlogs for like 7 years of like damn near almost the same stuff, but it's always different and entertaining. But it's like 7 years of that shit. It's like some of those videos might not do too well, some of those videos might be popping. He's consistently just on a roll right now, you know what I mean? But like you just have to be in it for the long haul, and that's the one thing I've had to tell myself as well, is like after doing so many streams, after streaming for like 4 or 5 years now, you get to this point of like, bro, like if I have some ideas that I think they might not be that great of an idea, I just got to test it out and see what the audience thinks, you know? Like one good example of that is one day I was like, literally I was taking a shower trying to think of stream ideas. I was like, bro, I gotta think of an interesting idea. I haven't done anything interesting in a while. And I just thought, what if I did a dollar balloon? Like I just stayed in my room for 24 hours. Every dollar equals 1 balloon that's added to the room. And I was thinking like, how crazy could that potentially be, you know? Like, and then I started the stream, and I swear, even I told Riley the idea. Riley's like, that sounds kind of random. Like, you sure you want to do that? I'm like, I'm gonna try it out. We'll see what happens. Even Riley was like thinking like it's kind of weird. And then the first hour of the stream, the chat was like, Yuri, this is stupid, dude. What the fuck are you doing, man? There's like 4 balloons on the floor.
I remember that stream.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then skip forward 10 hours later, half the room is like
covered up,
full of balloons, and everyone's like, oh my god, actually, I see like the idea here. It's just like it gets. I had to sleep in there too. When the room was like half full of balloons, like I had to sleep in there as well. It was fucking with my computer because of the static electricity and shit. It was fucking with the camera, bro. Yeah, it was like a whole experience where it's like you just have to be willing to like put yourself in, like not be too sure, but just be experimental, you know?